Commencing interview with Theo. Who is your hero?
A hero is someone you look up to that can save you. There is no one who I am beneath, and I am far, far from being saved at this point.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be?
I would live in a town called Peace, where I could exist and without anything bothering me, undisturbed, tranquil, perfect, silent.
What is your greatest fear?
You're looking at him. But everything without focus on anything else shall forever dread. That creeping cold, the discomfort in the stomach, and trickling void into your skull.
What is your favorite family vacation?
Scarro. It was the first place she took me. Susan, Ian, and Barbara. Utterly warm. Beautiful.
What would you change about yourself if you could?
Not a single goddamn thing.
What really makes you angry?
Him. His choices. His idiocy.
What motivates you to work hard?
The promise of a future.
What is your favorite thing about your career?
Well, it's kind of cool. Getting to time travel. You see a lot of things. The lack of consistency. It's par for the course. It's bound to happen, but I still wish it were not so confusing.
What is your biggest complaint about your job?
Getting rid of every detrimental problem. A very awful problem. And keeping it so well away nobody can remember it.
What is your child's proudest accomplishment?
Either becoming president or choosing to bring a very specific part of me into existence.
What is your proudest accomplishment?
I ensured it.
What is your favorite book to read?
The ending of a diary of a woman I truly disliked.
What makes you laugh the most?
Inevitability. Something truly tragic is going to happen, and not a thing can stop it.
What was the last movie you went to? What did you think?
I saw A Trip to the Moon in person. It was alright. A bit hackneyed and derived, but I found some interesting qualities about it. The special effects and the surprising storytelling present.
What did you want to be when you were small?
An explorer. A gardener. A curator. A baker. A cartographer. A scientist. A physician. A king. A serf. A god. A torch. A breath. An entertainer.
What does your child want to be when she or he grows up?
Something other than what she wants to be right now. Anything else. But dead.
If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be?
Blow up a star.
What is your favorite game or sport to watch and play?
cat and mouse. Or mousetrap. I've always enjoyed gladiatorial fights. Thrilling.
Would you rather ride a bike, ride a horse, or drive a car?
Drive a car.
What would you sing at karaoke night?
Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Teddy Bear remix.
What are two radio stations you listen to in the car the most?
88.7. No. 88.7 and 101.9.
Which chore would you rather do above the rest? Wash the dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house?
Fuck chores. Someone else will do them, or never.
If you could hire someone to help you, would it be with cleaning, cooking, or yard work?
All of them? If I have money, spend it. Duh.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Baklava. A glass of sherry. A very good buffalo steak. And some sourdough bread.
Who is your favorite author?
Kent Alexander.
Have you ever had a nickname? What is it?
Teddy.
Do you like or dislike surprises? Why or why not?
Yes. Because I usually am one.
In the evening, would you rather play a game, visit a relative, watch a movie, or read?
Visit.
Would you rather vacation in Hawaii or Alaska? And why?
Hawaii. I'd send him to Alaska and keep him there as long as I could. He could wander in the wilderness for eternity. Or however long the wilderness exists.
Would you rather win the lottery or work at the perfect job? And why?
There is no perfect job or winning the lottery that can be repeated unless you always know which number will always win. I hate work, but I do love a good chance at reward. There's danger in it. It can be fun.
Who would you want to be stranded with you on a deserted island?
Her. There's literally only one way that could happen. And if it were to happen, I would rather that deserted island be this ball of rust floating through space with no one else to bother us. If that must be what is to happen, then so be it.
If money was no object, what would you do all day?
I would watch the clouds and atmosphere fade away in a clear sky, when everything is put to shut down and for there to be no polluting light in the world to speak of, and I would rest in the grass with only her to speak of being present.
If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
I already have. I always will. February 6th, 2016. I would stop him again and again, if I could.
How would your friends describe you?
Weird, broken, insane, cruel, full of tricks and malice, a teenage asshole, an aberration, anachronism. Those are just a few. I could go on. I could say worse. Think you of any worse title, I will apply it to myself.
What are your hobbies?
Pruning the tree branches, tending to the various timelines, and just snipping away. There will be only one true path. The one I walk on.
What is the best gift you have been given?
Luck. A fighting chance. My tenacity.
What is the worst gift you have received?
A heart that doesn't even work. My internal organs disagree with me, and I am not getting better.
Aside from necessities, what is one thing that you could not go a day without?
Pills. Anti-epinephrine and pain reducers.
List 2 pet peeves.
Dogs are too loyal. Cats are too independent.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That depends where the 5 years go. I see myself in Moscow. I see myself shattering into dust. I see myself in Barcelona. I see myself there. Always there. The sycamore tree. The school. It's cold. It's so cold. And No! Please resume.
How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Currently 1 pair.
If you were a superhero, what powers would you have?
The ability to forget things that I didn't even live through.
What would you do if you won the lottery?
I would buy a waffle. Not make one. Just buy one singular waffle.
What form of public transportation do you prefer? Air, boat, train, bus, car, etc.
Train is good. Car is better.
What is your favorite zoo animal?
Largest, hungrier ones. Big, clawed, striped, the ones with burning eyes. Whatever they're called out here.
If you could go back in time to change one thing, what would it be?
How it happened. I locked it in. I always die, but not forever. Not until something really bad happens.
If you could share a meal with any 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be?
Arcadier, the master. Doar, the delicate. Jack Sharpnail.
How many pillows do you sleep with?
3.
What's the longest you've gone without sleep?
Since one nightmare. If I don't dream, then I don't die.
What's the tallest building you've ever been to the top in?
The Tower of Eon. I'll never forget the view. I could actually see everything. It was beautiful. Terrifying. But beautiful.
Would you rather trade intelligence for looks? Or looks for intelligence?
I somehow sacrificed both for the other.
How often do you buy clothes?
Not very.
Have you ever had a secret admirer?
They are very good, if that is the case. Never meet your object of admiration. You'll be disappointed.
What's your favorite holiday?
Harmony Day.
What's the most daring thing you've ever done?
I once asked someone out.
What was the last thing you recorded on TV?
I don't remember. I don't know.
What was the last book you read?
The Journal of a Giant.
What's your favorite type of foreign food?
A dish of Ita Bitham beetle steak with Abascythium rum as a sauce. It's sprinkled with a dash of Vurten and Bar teeth. Pretty good.
Are you a clean or messy person?
Very messy. Oh, oh, so very messy.
Would you want to play you any movie of your life?
Either Aidan Morris or Sean McLaughlin.
How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
I don't need to anymore. Sometimes a few minutes. Possibly an hour.
What kitchen appliance do you use every day?
I don't. But a spoon is useful. Knives are better, though.
What's your favorite fast food chain?
Steak and Shake.
What's your favorite family recipe?
A cake. A banana cake. Bananas and vanilla wafers.
Do you love or hate roller coasters?
Hate, they are very one track.
What is your favorite family tradition?
Becoming someone else. Someone who isn't who you were. Who isn't you, forgetting about each other until the next holiday and suddenly remembering.
What is your childhood memory that is your favorite?
I was a child. But not this life. I don't remember. I don't think so. It has been a long time since I was one, yet it feels like I was just... When was it?
What's your favorite movie?
Jekyll and Hyde, 1941.
How old were you when you learned that Santa wasn't real? How did you find out?
I was 732, or some such. One, I had met so many different Santas in so many different ways that the very concept of him became fake, contrived, stupid. It also led me to an existential crisis where I questioned if I was real.
Is your glass half full or half empty?
It is half. There's only one glass, but the water is all gone. It's given out to two different vessels. One is me. The other is him. I am not full. I am not empty. I am only not whole. Not yet.
What's a crazy thing you've done in the name of love?
Renounce my home, my life, my daughters. Never again.
What 3 items would you take with you on a deserted island?
The big black book, the sonic screwdriver, and the cube.
What was your favorite subject in school?
History.
What's the most unusual thing you have ever eaten?
A heart.
Do you collect anything?
A few. Here and there. I don't hoard, though.
Is there anything you wished would come back to fashion?
Bow ties.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I have no idea.
Which of the 5 senses would you say is your strongest?
Hearing. I listen.
Have you ever had a surprise party that was an actual surprise?
Yes, actually.
Are you related or distantly related to anyone famous?
My granddaughter was president of Gallifrey. Sometime, I forget when, I'm pretty sure it happened.
What do you do to keep fit?
Walking. A lot of walking. And running. So much running.
Does your family have a motto, spoken or unspoken?
Never cruel. Never cowardly. Never give up. Never give in. But it's the first one. That is something hard to do in order to get the next 3 right.
If you were ruler of your own country, What would be the first law you would introduce?
A ban against dying.
Who was your favorite teacher in the school, and why?
Chenrock the Fool. I liked his folly because it taught me to be smart. He's my favorite because I spent the least time with him.
What three things do you think of most each day?
How I got here. How I tried to fix this. How I'll win.
If you had a warning label, what would yours say?
May contain nuts. It really depends.
What song would you say sums you up best?
Fairly local, 21 Pilots.
What celebrity would you like to meet at Starbucks for a cup of coffee?
Brooke Varvelech. She never knew the joys of the most bland and cheap shit earth coffee. Before I shunted myself to this universe, I would introduce her to it.
Who was your first crush?
I don't remember.
What's the most interesting thing you can see out of your office or kitchen window?
A sycamore tree, with a bench below it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how funny would you say you are?
17. Ha. Ha.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Back right where I started. Either dead or unknown.
What was your first job?
Test subject. Experiment. That's a job, right?
If you could join any past or current music group, which would you join with?
Sentient 7 and the Clankers. That would have been fun.
How many languages do you speak?
All of them. Sometimes, even less.
What is your favorite family holiday tradition?
I don't celebrate holidays. I always work on Christmas.
Who is the most intelligent person you know?
Emotionally? Myself. Intellectually? Him.
If you are to describe yourself as an animal, which one would it be?
The Raven.
What is one thing you'll never do again?
Have a normal life.
Who knows you the best?
She always did. That's why I miss her. That's why I won't let her die. I will not let my TARDIS die. I will not let that happen. Are we done?
This concludes the interview. You are released. I look forward to meeting you again, Theo.
Uncertainty. I exist in every moment, escaping all earthly's time, and lost in eyes wake. Winds will crash, echoing outward their depth into all this about I have sought. I can choose to go and rise in the again. I have tried so over and over again. I will do it over and over again. But was she responsible for it? Was she the one who put this universe in danger? Or was it my doppelganger, the enigma that he is? I was one. A racing death current. I've lost allies. Some I wish to know but cannot remember. I made enemies who want to see me forgotten in the abyss. If I die, I will die. And I shall die, but never regenerate. To stop him in his tracks, I must succeed before it all will break. If I break in the effort, so be it. There is always, will always be me. Shall never have come. Right. can't repair her, keeping her alive just for my own sake. I can save this universe from my one constant foe. Myself.